I'm not here to be a judge and jury. I'd have to grow a lot more hair and it'd have to be curly.
As the ABC celebrates its 80th anniversary, the Hamster Wheel looks back on 100 years of Aunty.
Rounded up to the nearest century.
For Australians both young and old, the ABC's always been the home of entertainment. It gave a start to performers like Ronnie Els, whose unique vaudeville style proved less effective when he moved to Four Corners.
So how many people have died here in Rhodesia?
In the 1960s, quiz shows were all the rage, and none more so than the hugely popular Pontiac Potato Hour.
Which red-skin potato variety is found in Australia, Canada and America?
The Pontiac.
Correct. In the USA, the Dakota Chief potato is also known as the...
Pontiac?
Correct. Which potato variety was first introduced to Australia in 1940? I wonder if our celebrity knows?
It's the Pontiac.
In the 1970s, Alvin Purple and Number 96 had created a new permissive air, reflected in the ABC's long-running game show, Celebrity Cheeks.
Who do you think it is? Noel Ferrier, Yvonne Goolagong, or Father Brendan O'Doherty?
I think it might be Noel Ferrier.
Well, let's reveal the cheeks!
Cooking shows, too, have long been a staple of the ABC diet. From the controversial Maggie McNeese, best known for her love of red wine, and for harder drugs, too.
Mix that for about 30 seconds, or just until the lumps are out.
To the outback bush tucker of the gourmet mechanic.
Whether you're smoking a kipper, flattening a piece of veal, or using a car aerial to assemble a crock-a-bush.
In the 80s, the programme For Love or Money gave people an opportunity to bring in their old relatives to be professionally evaluated.
Look, I mean, she's lost most of her hearing and she emits a rather unpleasant odour. I'm afraid she won't fetch a very high price at all.
Jesus loves me.
Christian programming was also quite prevalent, but in the interests of balance, Aunty also had to screen programmes for the atheist market.
There's nothing out there, it's all just lies. Nan's going nowhere when she dies.
A tradition of excellence that continues to this day as the ABC celebrates 100 years of Aunty.
Okay. Whoa. Oh, dang. Let me Google myself.
Record for making the biggest vanilla slice in history.
Zeus, the world's tallest dog.
The most number of wheelchairs in a moving line.
The most people being massaged at the same time.
As the ABC celebrates its 80th anniversary, the Hamster Wheel looks back on 100 years of Aunty.
Rounded up to the nearest century.
News and current affairs have always been the backbone of the ABC, but the transition from radio to television wasn't without hiccups.
Good evening. Good evening.
Early chairs for newsreaders were too short. Others were too tall. In the age before the PR industry, news bulletins sometimes proved difficult to fill.
Good evening. Today there is no news, so here instead please enjoy my wife and her xylophone.
In the 1970s, it wasn't unusual for presenters to smoke on air, even on children's shows. The 1980s brought a new wave of technology. Interviews could now be conducted via satellite with extraordinary ease.
Professor Gould, firstly, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Professor, what did you make of the President's announcement today?
Sport has also been an integral part of the ABC. Early broadcasts were transmitted in black and white.
Coming up to the head well.
But with the arrival of colour, sports like lawn bowls really came to life.
Coming up to the head well.
Early success covering the sheepdog trials led to other popular spin-offs such as the Paralympic sheepdog trials.
This is a remarkable effort in the quadriplegic class. And on paddock 3 meantime, the event for sheepdogs that are both quadriplegic and blind.
And the short-lived panel programme The Woofie Show.
Tigger, you had an absolute blinder last Saturday. How's the knee holding up?
Commitment to quality that we continue to celebrate on 100 years of Aunty.
A new Guinness World Record for most people wearing the same uniform.
The world's largest and heaviest bike.
The most snails kept on a face.
The most participants in a multi-legged race.
The first ever woman to swim from Europe to Turkey with her hands and feet bound.